Hello everyone, Emp here bringing you another Renpy tutorial. This one is to substitute in as my 100 follower special, and we're going to do an RPG inventory system. And because an inventory system, each item of inventory has to be something you can do something with, we're going to do a little bit more than that. We're going to also write a character and flesh out the item classes so that they actually do things. So I have some images here. I have some consumable things, some food, some armor, a sword, and a cauldron, which will be a key item. As for my images themselves, I've just got each one size to be 80/80 because that's going to be the size of my squares in the inventory. And then I have an empty inventory screen, an inventory file, and an empty character file because we're also going to make the player character, at least a basic version of it. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with the inventory here. I'm going to put in an init Python block. And I'm going to say class inventory item. Define init self image value. And I have some notes here of what I want to have for each type of thing. So I want somebody to be able to have a weapon, a head armor, a chest armor, an accessory, and a shield. For item types, we have the inventory items, we have consumables, and we have equipables, which includes weapons and armors. I'll be referring to this as needed as I go. So there's my init, self.image equals image, self.value equals value. And that's it for this one. But I'm going to say class consumable inherits from inventory item self image value, and it's also going to take, as I say in my notes here, an HP gain and an MP gain. And then self.hp gain equals HP gain, MP gain equals MP gain. And then I'm going to create a method called use. So it's a consumable item. Let's say it's going to just work on self and a target. So the target in this case is going to be always the player character. But if you want to expand it so that it allows you to apply a consumable to anybody, then you need something more general like this. So we're going to say, first of all, it has to be in the inventory. I put this inventory right here. And it's empty at the beginning, but it'll have these things on them later. So I'm going to say inventory.remove self, and then I'm going to say target.add HP self.hp gain, target.add MP self.mp gain. And that's it for that part. And in order to make this work, I need to make my character. So I have a class that I want called player. So I'm going to make another init Python block. I'm just going to take a self. Let's see, what did I have for here for the characters? HP, MP, MP. Max HP and max MP are going to be computed. Attack, defense. Now I can't use def because def is a keyword in Python, so I'm typing out defense totally. Magic defense, level, and level equals 1. So if we want to start at the beginning, it'll be a level 1 character. Say self.hp equals HP, self.mp equals MP, self.max HP equals HP, self.max MP equals MP, self.attack equals attack, self.defense equals defense, self.mdef equals mdef, and self.level equals level. And we're also going to do two things for what we have for things that are equipped. We're going to say self.weapon equals none, because we start out with no weapon, and self.armor equals an object or a dictionary with I said I wanted head, chest, accessory, and shield. Head, none. Chest, none. Accessory, none. And shield, none. Okay, so that's it for that setup. Now I need to add two things that I'm trying to call already, is add HP and add MP. So that's pretty easy. I just have to create these functions. Add HP amount. We're going to say self.hp plus equals amount. And then if we go over, then we're just going to cap it where our max HP is. If self.hp is greater than self.max HP, self.hp equals self.max HP. And then we're going to do the same thing for MP. Okay, so that's it for that part. I'm going to save. So next up is the equipable type of item. Which is also inheriting from inventory item. So we're going to find the init. And that's going to be self image value. So we're just going to pass that straight in, because if an equipable will encompass both a weapon and an armor, so we don't know what other attributes we have yet. So we're just going to say inventory item dot init self image value. And that's it for that one. Then we're going to say define equip self target. We're going to say, oh, we have one more thing on the init part. We're going to say self dot is equipped equals false because we start off not being equipped, and self dot equipped to equals none. So when we equip, we want to say self dot is equipped equals true, and then we want to say self dot equipped to equals target so that we remember. And the reason why is because so when we unequip, we want to undo whatever is going to happen. So I'm going to say def unequip equipped equals false, and self dot equipped to equals none. So that's pretty simple. Here's where we get to the interesting part, the class armor, or no, weapon. Let's do weapon first. And that is going to inherit from equipable. And it's going to have self image value attack. And what else do I have here? Attack and weapon type. So we're first going to call equipable dot init self image value. We're going to say self dot attack equals attack, and self dot weapon weapon type equals weapon type. Then for the actual equipping and unequipping, we're going to override this. It's a concept and object-oriented programming whereby if you have one class that's a subclass of the other one, you can redefine your function and to do something differently for the specific subclass. So we're going to do that. So the first thing we're going to do is equipable dot equip self target. Then we're going to say target dot equip weapon self. So I'm telling the player character at this point, hey, equip me. So update your stats and whatever. And then we have unequip. And we don't need a target for that. The first thing we need to do is self dot equipped to dot unequip weapon and then we can do equipable dot unequip self. Okay, so for the weapon, we have to implement a couple new things for the character. We have to implement an equip weapon and an unequip weapon. So I'm going to start the equip weapon first. How did I spell that? Equip weapon like that. Okay. We're going to say if self.weapon does not, oh, I don't need these parentheses. I'm in the wrong language, sorry. Weapon does not equal none, then we first need to unequip the weapon we have already. Self.unequip weapon. And after that, we're going to say self.weapon equals weapon, and self.attack plus equals weapon.attack. Now let's do the unequip. We're just going to say if self.weapon does not equal none, then self.attack minus equals self.weapon.attack, because we're removing it, so we don't get that attack bonus anymore. And then we say self.weapon equals none. And we have one more type to cover before we can start making the actual inventory screen. And, well, two more types really, but the key item type is very simple. So let's do the armor. Which is also inheriting from equipable. And so in addition to the regular things that an item has, armor will have defense, magic defense, and a slot. So it's whether it's head, whether it's chest, where it goes basically. Defense, MDef, slot. Equipable dot init, self image value, self dot defense equals defense, self dot mdef equals mdef, self dot slot equals slot. And then we're going to do our equip and unequip. Self target. And then we're going to say target dot equip armor self dot slot. And then for unequip, we're going to say self dot equipped to dot unequip armor. And we can't just say that by itself because we have to say which slot it is. So self dot slot. Because we're not going to take off all our armor every time we unequip one piece. And then equipable dot unequip self. And in order to have that work, we need to update the character file again to have equip armor and unequip armor. Equip armor, armor slot. I'm going to say if self.armor at slot does not equal none, then we're going to unequip, or self.unequip armor slot. And then, because once again, we need to get rid of what's already there if there is anything already there. And then we need to add the parameters there. So we need to say self.armor slot equals armor, and self.defense plus equals armor.defense defense. There we go. Self.mdef plus equals armor.mdef. Now let's define the unequip. Armor slot does not equal none. Then we're going to want to say self.defense minus equals self.armor at slot dot defense, and self.mdefense minus equals self.armor at slot.mdefense. And then finally, we're going to say self.armor at slot equals none. Okay, so there we have it. So that's our underlying structure for our underlying classes and structure for our inventory system. On the next video, we're going to actually start building the screen so we can see something on there. Hope to see you then.